guys, that was how we traveled through each country, But when we go to Mali, the bus changed. We all had to drop from the bus, and another bus will take you from Mali to Gambia, or close to Gambia anyway. Another bus will take over from there. So on getting to Senegal, where you will drop at Senegal, you will have to take a taxi. That didn't cost too much, if I remember well. Anyway, I'll make another video where I'll put the costs all through. So from Senegal, you have to take a taxi from Senegal to a place called Al-Amdulai. At that place, you have the Senegal customs and the Gambia customs almost close next door to each other, which you have to still pay on these two places. In fact, the Gambia one, I was like, I don't have any money to pay. The guy was like, I'll send you back to your country. I mean, they are so nasty. Their reaction is very unruly. And and if you don't have any money, anyway, that was that. So alhamdulillah, that is where you will now take a ferry into Gambia. And this ferry, I think you pay quite a very small amount of money. I think something like $20 or $25. So, and it's a roughly half an hour's ride on the waters. So it's a ferry from Senegal into so this ferry will just cross you from Senegal border into Gambia. And that's Gambia, that's Banjul, that's where the ferry will drop you. And Banjul is the capital of Gambia. So from Banjul, you can then take a taxi into the town or into anywhere else you want to go to in Gambia. So we took a taxi from that Banjul where the ferry dropped us. We took a taxi into Gambia, which is Senegambia, which is more like the central Gambia. That is where you find a lot of tourists staying, especially the new tourists. In Senegambia, you have a hub of hotels, and so we took, and it cost around $400. So by the way, at that time, dalasi to dollar was 52 dalasi is equal to $1. 52 dalasi equals to $1. That was the rate of exchange. So the taxi took us, he charged $400 into Senegal. That's what he charged us, and that was what we paid into Gambia. And let me add this. Normally, the journey, people, it was my first time of traveling by road, but the people who have traveled a few times by road told me that it normally takes 5 days. But in our case, it took like 8 days because the bus broke down on the road. This bus broke down at Burkina Faso, and we ended up staying in Burkina Faso for 2 nights because the bus company didn't send another bus. They just made sure that that bus was repaired there. So we had to sleep over at Burkina Faso, and where we had to sleep was just somewhere nearby, outside some shops. They provided us with long, big mats, and we all slept there. But we were safe. No harm came to us. We didn't have any issue of anyone attacking or robbing us. It was a safe sleep, even though we slept outside on the road, practically on the road. But the 2 days were safe. We were not armed. We were not attacked. We were not abused whatsoever. So that was a good part of it. So our journey took more than 5 days. It took basically, I think, almost 8 days. 7, 8 days, yeah, 7, 8 days. That's what it took because of the 8 days, I would say, because even from Cotonou, We traveled first from Nigeria to Cotonou. At Cotonou, the bus did not leave that day. We were told, we were given some reason. So we slept over one night. So there we passed one night. One night got off. So it was 8 days. Let's say 8 days. Because when it broke down at Burkina Faso, we spent 2 days, 2 nights outside, waiting for the bus to be repaired. So that's basically the track of the journey. And well, it was quite stressful a bit. And then if you need to use the toilet, the bus driver had to stop on the way, and you go into the bush nearby, and then everybody comes down, use the toilet, and then get back on the bus. That was how we were using the toilets, or that was how we were using the toilets all the way through. And what even surprised me there was that even from Lagos to Abuja, the buses that I've boarded, they have toilets on board, but this is even a shorter journey. But this long journey, they don't have buses that have toilets on board. It surprised me. I was expecting so much from these buses, because I feel it's a longer journey, so I expect at least a toilet on board. They didn't have. So the company we traveled with was African Tours. Even people were complaining that that company is no longer as effective or as good as it used to be before. And truly, I believe that, because I had a bad experience, apart from the fact that the bus broke down on the road and we expected them to send another bus instead of making us sleep on the road for 2 days. By the time we got to Mali, they told me that they cannot take, or told us that they can't take me and the person I travel with. They told us that they can't take us to Gambia. I said, why? I paid for Cotonou to Gambia. They said I should check my ticket. On checking my ticket, I realized that the ticket didn't have the name of that company called African Tours. It had another name. So I had to, they now dumped us with one taxi driver, which he took us one nasty slum and told us that we will board another bus from there. So those ones took our ticket, changed the name again from the name on the ticket. But anyway, we didn't travel from that place, because the environment was so nasty. It was slum. If you see the thousands, hundreds of house flies that bombarded us there. So I had to leave. We had to leave and go find another bus. In fact, I have to remember the name of the bus we ended up taking to Senegal. It was a neat, beautiful, new bus. So we forfeited the money for those ones, and we had to go take another clean bus in a clean environment, So some people had to advise us that next time, just pay from Cotonou to Mali and then buy another bus from Mali to Gambia. Don't ever buy a straight ticket from Gambia, from Cotonou to Gambia. That was what the advice a lot of people gave us. So they're saying, break your journey at Mali and take another bus, or even their own bus, because they also had a bus running from that Mali to Gambia, but they refused to take us. They said our ticket is not reading the name of their company. So the most stressful part of this journey was having to come down from the bus at every country and face immigration. And in some places, you will have to be at their border of that country for like an hour before, because they had to attend to a lot of people. And they will truly take their time when we get into the office asking you different questions. So that was the most